Orochimaru is a top tier villain in Naruto. With the likes of characters such as Pain and Madara, it can be easy to forget that Orochimaru was a force to be reckoned with in the early showings of Naruto. While I can see characters like Pain and Madara being over Orochimaru in terms of what it means to be a Naruto villain, I do have to give him clout where it's necessary. Orochimaru, while not as complex as those I previously mentioned, still have a lot to offer in terms of character traits and motives. He's just an overall slimy character that's menacing to the core. He was one-track minded in what he wanted and was willing to lose an arm and an arm to get it. His goal is to learn all of life's secrets by learning all of the ninjutsu the world has to offer, but it would take multiple lifetimes in order to accomplish such a goal, and that's by taking the lives from the people themselves. Him essentially being immortal by hopping from one body to another can be seen as scary by many, and to me, it makes him more of an interesting villain, one that can't be taken out so easily. It's also cool how menacing he is to look at. Him having the characteristics of a snake give off the vibe that he's a cunning and conniving individual. Snake-like eyes, pale skin tone. I mean, look at that tongue.
Pause.
It also can't be understated that he was just a formidable foe to fight in general. Even without the use of his arms, he was able to fend off against four-tailed Naruto, while Jiraiya almost died to Naruto in the four-tailed mode. I'm sure if he wasn't in a weakened state before Sasuke killed him, I'd have no doubt in my mind that Orochimaru would have been able to kill Sasuke and obtain his body. And that's another thing too. He was doing mad experiments on other people, including children. He's a complete menace. Think about it. He's just a ninja version of a pedo, except I don't think he cares too much for cupcakes. Overall, I think of Orochimaru as the Naruto version of Frieza from Dragon Ball. Pretty much an evil person with evil intentions. What I like about most Naruto villains is that most of their end goals aren't necessarily bad, more so that the ends don't justify the means. Like with the Eye of the Moon plan, for example, where people are trapped inside a reality, but it's the reality of their dreams. It's still bad, but at least it can be somewhat understood. With Orochimaru, it's not justifiable at all, as it's just a selfish act that ends up being a detriment for others. But that's great, because like Frieza, he's just pure evil, and that can make for a great villain. One of my favorite villains in fiction is the Dark Knight's interpretation of the Joker. What made me like the Joker in that film had to deal with what Alfred said about him. Quote, "Because some men aren't looking for anything logical, like money, they can't be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world burn." End quote. And Orochimaru is the closest villain in Naruto who can foster that quote, at least to a certain extent. So I ask, do you think Orochimaru is a top tier villain, or do you think he should be regulated as one of those cool characters in Naruto that ended up being trashed in Boruto? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm the Curly Haired Hokage, and I hope you all have a great and amazing day. Peace.